Okay, y'all. So it has just come to my attention that I made a really great correlation between my gardening habits and my new lifestyle change desires. Okay, so this is going to be a quick little story time, and I'm going to share this with y'all. So I'm in my garden. It's early morning. I'm trying to take out my winter crops and replace them and prep the dirt for the spring crops that's coming in, because I like to just sow mine straight into the ground versus having everything in my house to a seedling and all that, usy, blah, blah, blah. So I'm in the garden, and I'm torn between pulling up my broccoli crops, which are winter crops, y'all, and replacing them with something that can be beneficial for me in the upcoming spring. Okay, so while I'm doing that, I catch myself and I find myself making all these excuses to keep these broccoli plants there. The first excuse I had was because I can use the leaves of the broccoli for salads and things like that, and I can eat those. Or the next little excuse I had for myself was I can let the broccoli plant flower, and then I can harvest the seeds, and I can do something with the seeds, and I can resell those, and blase, blase, blase. Now, what I came to realize with this garden and within life in general is that sometimes you have to take the nourishment and the nutrition that you had from a prior crop harvest or lesson and let it be what it was, a lesson to be learned. Okay, and once that crop or that lesson isn't feeding you anymore, it is time to uproot yourself and your habits from that situation and move them to better situations or crops in this in this instance that will nourish your body for the now. Okay, so what I learned was that I was holding on to these vegetables or this food that wasn't feeding my body anymore because it was out of season and it was ready to bloom into something different or into another level of the situation. And it was time for me to move on and plant new seeds that could feed me now and well into the future. And that was my aha moment. Okay, because what I had noticed was that I had been doing a lot of movement, well, a lot of motion, but it wasn't getting movement. Like I found myself just looking for jobs on Indeed, and I was just looking for jobs, scrolling and saving jobs, saving jobs, saving jobs, saving jobs. But I really wasn't changing my resume and updating it to be into the career that I needed to be in. Like there wasn't any movement. I was just doing motion. I was doing a lot of moving around, but I wasn't getting any results done. So now from this day forward, I'm trying to make sure I have a lot of movement in my day-to-day activities and not just motion. So I recently just uploaded a new resume on Indeed.com, and I will be sending out at least, I want to do 10 applications a day, but I want it to be remote jobs. That way I can stay at home, still create this content, still self-educate myself on financials, and still be able to be at home with my newborns, because that's what I really want to do. So if I can find something like data entry or even virtual assistants and things like that, I'm more than willing to do that. But I had to make sure that I was telling myself that the things that were feeding me in the past aren't feeding me now, and I need to find ways to plant new seeds into my regimen and into my life in general. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So instead of constantly reading these financial books, I'll just be reading one or two financial books, and then I'll be looking into books that can help me move my career into a different path. So that's what's been going on, and I hope this reaches somebody and it teaches somebody, because it was just like, yeah, life is like a garden. You got to dig it. You got to dig it, okay? Y'all be blessed.